One of the biggest challenges is like brokers being bought out, and in one of my, or part of my area, one broker has bought 5 or 6 other brokers that we used to regularly do work for. Also a project manager, block manager that I used to do a lot of work for, he sold his business to another company and they don't want to use our service, so there's quite a lot of that sort of thing that's happening. We've got a brilliant name, but if you're not getting to the people that you were through the brokers and through the block managers, it makes it much more difficult to actually get the claims coming through. But that said, we still pick up quite a lot by word of mouth and from contractors and other things. So block managers are a great source of stuff, as are brokers. And I say to have those eroded through no fault of your own is a little bit frustrating. I started sponsoring Hastings Seagulls about 10 years ago, and my girls used to swim for them back then, and it was the kit sponsor for them. And I think all the stuff that I do is kids kind of, well, I say charities, kids clubs and sports organisations, because the kids are off the streets, like particularly the swimming. They were swimming 6 times a week, and a lot of the people were like-minded, so when other of their school friends were going off like drinking and smoking in the park, the kids were going swimming every week, 5-6 times a week, and making friends with like-minded people, so it's actually good for them. We also sponsor one that's a charity and help them out a bit, so it's kind of just giving a little bit back to mainly keeping kids off the street. Got one that the gentleman had a machine tracking across his garden doing work, and within a week his drains had all blocked. The property was 20 years old, the drains had never blocked in their lives before, and the particular insurance company sent their drainage specialist out, who put it down to being a gradually operating cause and a design fault from 20 years ago? I don't think so. We challenged their decision. They suggested that we got our own independent drainage company to do a survey, which they did. They'd already issued their final notice or whatever on it. We then sent the drainage report in and said, would you like to review your final decision? And they said no. So we said, okay, we'll go off to the Ombudsman then. And they even challenged the Ombudsman when it was the investigator. They challenged it 3 times, and we had to do a load more proof to the investigator. The investigator awarded in our favour every time. Eventually it went to the Ombudsman, and the Ombudsman ruled in our favour, and I won't say the name of the insurance company, but they accepted it in the end, and we're now in the process of doing the work. The customer, best part of 2 years without being able to use his garden because it was all churned up, and not having one of his toilets working, and so on and so forth. That's just not right.